Hi, this is Charles, and I'm going to talk tonight about Battleship Galaxies, a new science fiction tactical board game that I got. I usually don't like science fiction, but this one's kind of nice. It has a nice tactical feel to it. There's card play that enhances the game, so it kind of helps it. It's very simplistic. I actually kind of bought it to play with my son and try to get him interested in this type of game. So he tends to like science fiction, Star Wars, things like that, so I think this game will work well. The map and the components are really nice. I think there's some other reviews out there that did a good job of reviewing it, but you can see it's a heavy cardboard. The miniatures are very good quality. They're pre-painted. They come in mounted stands, and the stands allow you to track hull damage, similar to the Hero Escape system, from what I understand. And you have a setup board, which is here, and you have all your playing cards or your ship cards in behind this, and then typically during the game you'll keep that hidden so your opponent can't see what you have, but this is how it works. So you've got ship cards. Now the ship cards have several different cards that match the unit. Some are basic, some are seasoned, so you've got a standard fighter here, and then you've got a seasoned fighter here, and then there's another card here called a veteran fighter. So when you're setting up the scenario, make sure to pay attention to these words here and how it matches the scenario notes. It does add strength to the power. There's also upgrades to veteran status that you could do in the game. Not in the first scenario, I don't believe, but that is how that works. Now looking at the card, there's cards that are squadrons that have 3, and then there's cards that are ships. There's the size, which is large, which is a large base like this. There's medium, which is a 2 base. And then there's squadrons, which are single bases like this. And you can see the holes where the blue shield markers on. Now, however many shields that you have, this one has 0, this one has 7. That's how you track damage to the ship. So initially, as hits are applied to it, that 7 will go away, and then the hull damage is increased, and once that gets above that number, the ship is removed from the game. Each ship has certain advantages to it. This one has a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, a charge, which is your energy cost to fire. The range is 4, the attacks is 1, so that's how many times you get to roll the die, and the strength of the hit, if it hits, is right there. Secondary attack is at no charge, again. Same basic principle followed through. Now the way hits are applied in the game is you have these special dice. One is lettered, one is numbered. You roll these 2 dice, and so we have H5 here. We cross-reference this chart to H and 5, and if there is a gray area, that's a hit. If it's a red area and there is no shields up, that's a critical hit, and it's automatically removed from the game. Okay, so energy drives the game. There's basically 3 phases. There's the energy phase, where you receive your 10 energies. Now the very first player in the first turn only gets 5, but the rest of the game, everybody gets 10. So we start at 15, and we'll move up to 25, say we're the second player. Move up to 25 here. And you draw 1 tactic card. So your hand is already 5 out of your predetermined deck from your scenario notes, and you add 1 card. Now some of the cards are events, some happen during the action phase, some happen during the deployment phase, and you can discard any of those cards that you want, but you can't have any more than 10 in your hand. Some are weapon cards that could be added onto ships for extra power. Okay. So the beginning of the phase is the deployment phase. Now this is where you decide how you want your ships to enter the game. So for this particular example, I am going to deploy Vapor's Fate. Now Vapor's Fate is also a transport ship. These ships are in Vapor's Fate, but my enemy doesn't know that because my board is up. So I'm going to put this in the deployment zone, and my hexes have to touch that deployment zone in order to be deployed correctly. So we'll put him here, and we'll activate him. So his activation, which is his launch fee, on the top right there, is 15. That's going to cost us 15 points. And we're down to 10 points now. Okay, so he's activated on the board. Now if we want to I'm sorry, not activated. He's deployed. Now, the last thing is the action phase. So you can activate at this point. You can activate your ship, and that allows him to fire and move. If there's any charges, those are taken from your energy. But to activate this unit, it costs 4. So we'll activate him and take out 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see how quickly you can run out of energy in this game. So we will move him 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if he's within range to fire at somebody, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we can fire at that squadron there. So we'll declare that attack there. We'll roll a die. We'll compare that G7 against that. Now I have tactics cards. Tactics cards can add on to the game. Sometimes he may have a defensive card, but defensive cards don't seem to be too strong in this game. So if we did do a hit, it would do 3 strength damage against that unit. Now this one has superior shielding. The primary ship on the other side also has some nice things. So since this one is a transport ship, we can also activate these to be launched out of the ship and drop those right here and pay the energy cost associated with that. And they can do some moving, activating, flanking, and shooting, which is a nice surprise for your enemy. Now if this is shot down while your planes are inside of it, all the ships are lost. Now the cost of the activation allows moving and attacking. I might have said that, but I just wanted to be clear. And then, like I said, we roll the dice and we compare that against the chart to figure out the damage. And the event cards are pretty interesting. You can have heroes. Pretty fun game. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's an I go, you go system. I do the energy phase, deployment phase, and the action phase, complete all that, and then it's the other player's turn. And you basically go back and forth, and you take a look at the scenario victory conditions, and that's pretty much the whole game in a nutshell. Pretty good game so far, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye.